What's up, y'all? So it's Ron. Welcome back to my channel, and this video is gonna be how I got into nursing school. Wait, can can I just take a second to represent the college I graduated from in Pennsylvania? I represent PA all day, all day. No, I'm just kidding. So this video is gonna be how I got into nursing school in New York. So, if you know anything about nursing school, it's really, really hard to get into. Like, you have to be smart. If you're smart, it might not be hard to you, but to someone who is like mediocre smart or like, you know, it's hard. It's not easy. So, how I got into nursing school was I did a lot of research when I moved to the city, and I'm like, what school can I get into? I was debating whether I wanted to go into an LPN program or RN program, and like I know that my end goal is to be a BSN RN. However, I'm 22. I don't have any kids. I don't really have any responsibility other than myself, so I'm not in a rush. Like, a lot of people are like, no, there's no sense in doing LPN program first. LPNs aren't real nurses. Might as well just go straight for RN. Well, that's your opinion. I know a lot of LPNs that are more financially stable than RNs, just saying. And it's really about what's best for you, your work schedule, if you have kids, a husband, a wife, or just simply what you want to do. I was open to both. I just knew I wanted to get back into school. So I ended up doing research, and I looked into some RN programs and community colleges in my area. And I also looked into some private schools, some LPN programs, stuff like that. And the community colleges, their RN programs, they actually were doing direct admission into the school. So how it worked at most of them is you would get directly admitted into the school, and for the RN program, most of them, especially the ones I looked into, you would start taking prerequisites. So that will be like your English, your math, your anatomy and physiology, like microbiology, all those classes. You're admitted into the school and you're in the school, but you're doing all your nursing prerequisites first. You're not admitted into the actual nursing program. So you would take all your prerequisites and you would have to excel in them. A's and B's, mostly A's, especially the science A&P and microbiology and biology A's. Like, you want to get A's because you want to be like the best of the best. You want to stand out. And then at some point you'll take one of the exams they have, like for nursing programs, either the TEAS exam or the HESI exam, and those exams usually test on English, math, science, stuff like that. So you would test on those at some point, and you would have to score extremely well on those and do well in your prerequisites for the RN program. So if you do well on your prerequisites and you score high in your TEAS exam or your HESI exam, and then you apply to the nursing portion of the program, then you can get, like, you have a high chance of getting in. So my tip to you is that's how you would get into an RN program, at least in community colleges. The community colleges in New York City and the ones in Pennsylvania were the same. This school had the same. That's pretty much how you would get into an RN program. So I went to this community college in New York that offers an RN program, and I was really considering it, and they told me it would take 3 years. And I know I said I'm not in a rush or anything, which I'm not, but I also, in the same sense, didn't want to wait 3 years to be able to practice as a nurse and don't want to. And I also don't want to take that long to be comfortable, So I'm a CNA, and I've been a CNA for like 2 years. I did some PCA work, med tech. I worked in activities. I did all types of stuff in healthcare, nursing homes to be specific. But I didn't want to wait 3 years to practice as a nurse and be doing what I'm doing now, if that makes sense. I didn't want to wait that long. So I started looking into LPN programs, and I found one, a private school, the one that I go to, and the program is $30,000, and I'm just comparing it to programs in PA that's like $12,000. I'm like, is this what I want to do? Because this is crazy. Whatever. I have the mindset And I have it installed in my brain that an investment in education is never a waste. And education is never a waste. So any loan or anything that's going into school, they can be crazy, but if you're responsible and you know you'll pay them off, it is worth investing in your education. So I went to this school, I spoke with them, I got their little brochure thing, you know, with all the information about the school. And this school tests on the HESI exam, which is similar to the TEAS. It's an entrance exam, same thing. But the difference with the LPN program is that you study for this exam if you need. Some people don't need to study. I'm not that smart. I don't lie to you guys, I'm not that smart. I'm gonna study for it for like a few months, then I'll take the test. So the HESI exam, I knew I had to test on the HESI exam. I knew my school tested on reading and comprehension, math, and critical thinking. And I think that's something else that gravitated me towards this school in particular, because they didn't test on science, and I'm not good at science. So I passed. I'll talk about that later on in another video. I passed A&P with a C+. That's how you know I'm not that good at science. But hey, I passed, right? All those people that passed with C's, it's okay, because you passed, okay? You passed. So I bought a book on Amazon. You can go on Amazon and look them up. They have tons of them. TEAS prep exam, HESI prep exam. Like, it'll say secrets to pass the TEAS, secrets to pass the HESI. And these books just consist of scenarios and questions, and it explains to you how to use formulas for math, and it teaches you how to do math and how to pick out what's important in the readings and stuff, how to summarize passages, just stuff like that. It teaches you, especially if you study it consistently. So I went on Amazon and I bought a book, a HESI book, to prepare me for my exam. I studied the book for maybe about 2 months, 2 to 3 months, something like that. And then I went and I took my exam. And I think it cost me $150 to take the exam. And it was a 3-hour long test. I think I had an hour for each section on the math, the reading, and the critical thinking. So I took it the first time, and I didn't like that it told me my score for each section after I finished that one section. And they told me that I needed these specific scores to pass. So when I was seeing my scores, I was like, ooh. It wasn't far off, but I wasn't as high as I needed to be. So I told them, I'm like, okay, so like I failed the test. After I'm finished, I'm like, I saw my scores, I failed the test. Like, they're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, we tell you what we want you to get, but after everyone takes the exam, we kind of look at the average of what people got overall, around what scores, and then there's some leeway there, or there can be. So we'll give you a call in a few days. I'm like, okay, perfect. So a few days later, I'm at work, working as a CNA, you know, and I get a phone call and the school pops up. So I'm like running in a corner, hiding, like, hello? Yeah, this is he, what's up? So they're like, hey, Ron, we wanted to let you know that you passed the critical thinking portion of your exam. You passed the reading portion of your exam, but you failed the math portion with I think a 62%. Math is not my best subject, so you have to retake the math section, and that will cost $75. And I'm like, it was like bittersweet. I try to be positive and think, you know, at least I don't have to retake the whole exam, and I did pass these two. I just have to retake math. You know, you can't pass everything on your first try. But the other part of me is like, I don't want to retake anything. This is... So I rescheduled to take the math portion again about a month from when I got that call. I studied. YouTube videos will help. YouTube videos teaching you how to do formulas, practice questions. Practice questions is a great way to prepare for any exam, especially when you're in nursing school, Quizlet, anything. Do a lot of studying and practice questions on the topic, and your score will boost up, automatically increase. So whatever, a month goes by, I go back to take the exam, I pay the $75, and I'm like, I just moved to New York, like $75? $75? Investing in my education, so it's worth it. So I take the exam, and I'm literally praying before I take it. Like, I sit at the computer, we're all in there about to take our exam, and I'm like, please let me pass this exam, please let me, God, please, I'll be good, please, God, I'll just, please. Like, literally. Take the exam, and I'm going to answer the last question, and I'm going to press enter, and I'm about to see my score, and I'm like, no, my God, this too much. And I enter it, and it said 80%. And I'm like, 80%? I'll take that. I'm not good at math. And considering I got a 62 last time, that's 18 points higher than what I got the first time. And the director of the program, I went in his office, I'm finished. And he pulled up my score on his computer, and he goes, congratulations, man. And I'm like, he's like, you're in. That's what he said, you're in. And I was like, yes, I'm in this LPN program. It's a private school. It's a new school. So, I was excited about it. I was very happy under the circumstances, and I was proud I did that by myself, all by myself, So I got into the school that way. So, and then it started. And, here I am a few months in, and it's a 13-month program, and we already are down to like 11 months. It's going pretty fast. We're starting pharmacology this week. Like, it's going really fast. We already took like 4 or 5 classes. So, yeah, my advice to you to get into any nursing program would be to, again, if it's an LPN program, just buy a book for the test that's required for your school and study it. Study it well. And use your resources. Use Quizlet to study stuff. Use YouTube. Use Khan Academy. There's so many resources online. You don't have a laptop, use your phone, an Android phone, an iPhone. Like, there are so many resources out there for you. If it's an RN program, I don't know much about universities for your schools. If it's a community college, a 2-year RN program, again, prove yourself. Kick butt in those prerequisites. Do amazing, like excel. Take those classes as serious as you can, and do very well in them. And then make sure that you also do well when your entrance exam, because nursing school is very competitive. LPN program, RN program, it is competitive, and there is someone better than you. There is. Reality is there's someone that's smarter, so you have to be as smart as you can be. And that's all you can do. And if you do that, then I'm sure you'll get into any nursing program that you want to get into. So thank you for watching my video. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. And please like my video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will be coming back with a new video soon. Thank you, guys.